He has, I think, including my son, it's 9 total. He was with an individual that was basically stalking me at the time, and it was just best for the safety of me and my kids to not have my information disclosed at that time. He had a good job, but when he found out I was going for child support, he then at that time quit his job before court.
And tell Dad stop. Okay, he's got enough. Okay.
I've been trying to tell him. I think it's catching up to him now. So
the suit for modification of support and motion to confirm arrearages that it was filed in September of 2023. Our records note that Mr. Anderson was not served until June of 2024. So the modification issue, we'd only be able to go back to effective July 1st, 2024 at the earliest to do modification, just a heads up. The state is proposing that we do a temporary order today, and we'd like to reserve the arrearage issues just because apparently we did not include medical arrears in our pleading, so we want time to be able to replead and add that issue to the pleading. So we propose just going forward today on the non-disclosure and the modification issues. And I would note Ms. Olavarus indicated to me that she's not seeking non-disclosure, but we'll get into that in her testimony. In terms of modification, Mr. Anderson was previously ordered to pay $148 a month in child support and $8 a month in medical support by an order. I believe it was back in 2019. And the information that we have reflects that a modification would be appropriate in this case due to material and substantial change. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I'll let you go. Both witnesses have been sworn. You can call your first witness. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. I will call Ms. Atha.
Ma'am.
All right, and Your Honor, does she need to be qualified?
Yes, this is the first time she testified today, so she needs to be qualified. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. Ms. Atha, please state your name for the record.
Rihanna Atha.
And please state your job title and where you work.
I'm a child support officer with the Office of the Attorney General.
Thank you. And what do you do for the Attorney General's office?
I typically am responsible for negotiating child support orders to include establishment and modifications. I assist with locating absent parents, complete wage investigations, and assisting with customer inquiries.
Thank you. Did you perform a wage investigation in this case?
Yes, I did.
Okay, what were your findings?
So for Mr. Anderson, I see that he has some pretty consistent employment. I did use quarterly wages from the third quarter of 2024. And so per my calculations, that was a gross monthly of $3,503.91 gross monthly.
Great. Thank you so much. Anything further?
That's all I have.
Your Honor, I pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Olavarus, any questions of the CSO, please? Ma'am, do you have any questions for the child support officer?
no.
All right. May the CSO be excused, Ms. Hoppins?
She may. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. You're free to go, and you can call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll call Ms. Olavarus. All right, Ms. Olavarus.
My apologies. I'm still calling you Hoppins, Ms. Hoppins. Sorry about that. Keep going. Thank you.
No worries at all. No worries at all. Ms. Olavarus, please state your name for the record.
Laurie Auberes.
Thank you. And I apologize. I've been mispronouncing your name too, so.
No, you're fine.
Appreciate it. If I do slip up, I apologize. It's not intentional. Okay, so Ms. Olavarus, what is the name of your child and what is your date of birth? Or what is his date of birth?
His date of birth? Okay, it's Zayden Gabriel Anderson, and it's 7/6/12.
Thank you. And who is your child's father?
Randall Anderson.
Okay. And Mr. Anderson is not here today. One of the issues that was pled for in our petition was the issue of non-disclosure. Do you have any concerns about your personal safety or your child's personal safety if your information, your address, phone number, and email address are on the order?
No, not at all.
Okay. I did note that the prior order in 2019 did have did order non-disclosure. Have circumstances changed since that time?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, and did you want to explain that for the record?
He was with an individual that was basically stalking me at the time, and it was just best for the safety of me and my kids to not have my information disclosed at that time. But we have come to terms. He's not with that person anymore, and we've agreed upon sharing our address and phone number for this our son.
Understood. And are you pursuing non-disclosure?
No.
Okay.
All right, and then does Mr. Anderson have any other children?
From what I'm aware of, he has, I think, including my son, it's 9 total. Some have aged out, and I know he has, for sure that I know of, he has like a 14 or 15-year-old son, and then 3 younger siblings from my child.
So a total of 5 that are under the age of 18, to the best of your estimates?
From my knowledge, yes, that are in the system with y'all.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
That you're aware of. I noticed you'd mentioned, well, when we were speaking earlier, you'd mentioned possibly 6.
Right. But
children.
like I said, I'm not aware if the other mother of that child has ever proceeded with court.
Understood. Okay. So at least 5 that you're aware of.
Right.
And what type of work does Mr. Anderson do?
I believe it's construction.
And aside from what Ms. Atha testified to, do you have any knowledge of his earnings?
No.
And it does appear that the prior order back in 2019, it appears that his child support obligations and his medical support obligations, they were based on minimum wage. Is that your understanding?
Correct. He had a good job, but when he found out I was going for child support, he then at that time quit his job before court. So they qualified him for that workforce program and put him under minimum wage. But since then, he's gotten another better job. I'm just not aware of where it's at or anything like that.
Okay, let's switch gears briefly. In terms of health insurance, how are you providing health insurance to your child?
He has Medicaid at the moment due to me being on disability because I have multiple sclerosis.
Sorry, ma'am. I don't think at this time I have any further questions for you. Did you have anything you wanted to add, ma'am?
No.
Okay, I pass the witness. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Olavarus, the state's asking me to make this attempt. I'm looking at doing that. I'm looking at going ahead and granting temporary modification of child support starting the first day of February based on his current wages. And I'll let the state give us that date in just a moment. And we send this matter to deal with anything as far as retroactive child support, so from the date of service and all that other items, and confirming how many other children this gentleman may or may not have at this point. So, but again, I'm looking at going ahead and doing at least temporary child support based on the current wages starting the first day of February. Is there anything else other than that, or what the state is asking for today, ma'am? Are you asking for?
No, sir.
All right. Anyway, Ms. Hoppins, what does the couch look like now? Thank you.
Okay, just
Thank
real quick before, thank you. And before we do the calculations, Your Honor, so I take it no non-disclosure?
Non-disclosure is not necessary. Thank you.
All right. And then in terms of, I know we can probably deal with this at the final hearing, but costs?
Yeah, I'll save that for final. Thank you.
Okay. All right, let me, one moment, please. And this may take me just a moment, Your Honor.
No problem.
Yeah, I'd done the calculation based on 4 children outside the order, but Your Honor, are you basing it on 5?
Again, without confirmation, I'll go ahead and base it on 4, whatever you can.
Based on 4, okay.
Yeah.
So for 4 children, the calculation, oh, actually, you know what? I think we based it on 6 to begin with. So
Okay.
yeah, let me just go back real quick. Thank you.
All right, no problem.
So what we come up with in terms of an updated calculation based on the 4 children we come up with $32 a month in medical support, monthly medical support, and $402 per month in child support monthly, based on the 4 children.
Four out, 1 in. Got it. All right, Ms. Olavarus, I'm looking at going ahead and making a new temporary order or that new amount of child support and cash medical to start on the first day of February. We're going to go ahead and hold it and reserve the retroactive start. When we come back, I can start that new child support amount the first day of I think it was July of 2024.
I think it was I think
you were
we
serving
decided-
June, so it was July. It was July 1, but we'll hold that for final hearing, and we'll confirm. Hopefully, we'll be able to confirm as many of these kids that he has out there, and go ahead and get the new child support set up going forward after that. And I'm granting non-disclosure. Mom says she doesn't need any more. It's based on the girlfriend from heck. So we don't have to worry. She says that's not a problem anymore. And we'll go ahead and look at doing a reset. Is there a date out in the future, Ms. Hoppins, that you have in mind?
we were hoping, since we have to do the updated pleading thing, at least
Right.
60 days.
Okay. So if you got it, you can pick one of the dates in March or April and just set it then. I'll tell you. Let me see. I'm sorry, I got Zoom here, so let's see what I got in March and April. Let's get out of January. All right. Well, I got a general docket on April the 3rd, and I got one on April the 8th. So either one of those will probably be appropriate. So.
All right, thank you, Your Honor, and I'll get with Ms. Walker.
All right, thank you. Anyway, Ms. Olavarus, any questions, ma'am?
No, sir, that was it.
All right, thank you. I'll let the state prepare that order and circulate it. And if you get further information about the new child, maybe one way or the other, I'll let the state know. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, and tell Dad stop. Okay, he's got enough. Okay?
I've been trying to tell him.
Yeah, this gets expensive. So yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
I think it's catching up to him now. So
Understood, ma'am. Anyway, I'll go ahead and let the state do that. Is there anything else at this time? I'm going to prepare that order and get it out to you and let you review it and sign off on it, ma'am. Is there anything else at this time, Ms. Hoppins?
No, Your Honor, and Ms. Olavarus, I'm going to work on that order, so if you'll stay put, I'll get it to you as soon as I can.
okay, sounds great.
All right, thank you very much, and we're off the record.
Thank you.